Hello and welcome to the wholesaling and flipping and wholesaling houses in New York show. I'm Michael Pinter. I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses, or if you're doing it already, how to grow the business. So I've got a bunch of requests lately for how to make offers. So it's a general question, but I'm going to run a series on it. So the first today is how to make offers on wholesale properties. So a couple of things first. You need to be able to comp out properties yourself. You need to know that that is a skill that you cannot outsource to somebody else. You need to be able to go onto the MLS or worst case PropStream and be able to say, this house is worth this amount of money. I can do it in a few minutes usually. And it's something where even if you eventually don't want to do it, you're going to need to be able to check people who are doing it for you. So very important. You need to know how to comp out properties. And for today, for wholesale properties, you need to comp out the ARV, the after repaired value. So that means a fully renovated house. So it's pretty easy. You go into the area. I look in a small geographic area. I try not to cross busy streets if I don't have to. And I'm going to look for a similar style home. So if it's a cape, I'll look for a cape. If it's a split, I'll look for a split, that kind of thing, colonial. And I will similar bedrooms and bathrooms, and I'll see what they're selling for. Now, in general, if your house is the only house or there are no comps that are that style, you can get enough feel for what similar homes in the area, homes with similar amounts of bedrooms and bathrooms are selling for, right? You see if everything's selling in the high fives, you know it's probably a high five house. You need to get the ARV. That's it. And you need the two numbers you need to wholesale properties are the ARV, the after repaired value, so what are fully renovated houses going for, and the repair estimates. Repair estimates is a lot more complicated. So you're going to have to get an idea. I guess you can use a contractor, but it's very important that if you do use a contractor to get a repair estimate, you don't use a regular retail contractor. You need to use someone who's worked with rehabbers before and is going to give you a pretty good price. Now, if you screw up on either of these numbers, you don't have to worry that much, because guess what? No matter what numbers you come up with, the people that you're going to wholesale to are going to have different numbers. So the basic formula that I use to wholesale properties is ARV times, I want to buy the property at ARV times 70% minus repairs, and I want to wholesale it. I want to sell it to a rehabber at ARV times 80% minus repairs. Now, again, I know you might have seen on the internet that rehabbers are only going to buy at 70%, but the truth is in our area where most ARVs are going to be $400,000 or $500,000, that $80,000 to $100,000 of spread is enough for most people. But again, no matter what you do, that is just a formula, right? I've never bought something at exactly 70% of ARV minus repairs, and I've never sold anything exactly at 80% of ARV minus repairs. It's a general formula, right? You have to take a lot of things into account. Your location might be on a busier street. We have to give off a little bit on the ARV. But whatever it is, you have to know, I just did a wholesale deal in Locust Valley with a $60,000 wholesale deal. And every number that I had was completely different than what everybody else came up with. I don't even give out numbers anymore, right? Sorry, I just kicked the tripod. I don't give out. I used to, the old me would give out, this is the estimate of repairs and this is the estimate of everything. That's a stupid thing to do. Don't ever give that number out. People beg me, I'll give it to them, my estimate, but whatever your repair estimate is, someone might have a lower repair estimate. So if you come in higher, he's going to start thinking there's things in this house that are hidden that I didn't know about. Whatever your ARV is, they might have a higher ARV. On a deal recently, I thought the ARV was 525. A guy came to me and was telling me he thought the ARV was 625. Great, I'm not going to go lower than him. If he thinks that's what he can sell for, he might be right. He might sell it for 625. I had another deal where I thought the repair estimates were like 40 grand, and someone asked me, I told him 60 grand because I know I can do it really cheap, but the guy told me he needs $120,000 worth of work. Never argue with anybody. Never try to convince them that they're wrong. Just come up with a general rule, right? And in general, if you're buying something at 70% of ARV minus repairs, then worst case, if you can't wholesale it, you can close on it, do the work, and make the money rehabbing. So that's the general rule how to make offers. You need to know how to comp out properties. You need to know how to be able to look quickly, hopefully on MLS. That is the best way to comp out properties by far. So that's why I think everybody should be licensed, or at least have access, get a real estate license, or have access to MLS. If not, then PropStream, but you need to look at what are fully renovated houses going for. You want to buy them at 70% minus repairs. Again, repair estimates is a whole nother ball game about how to figure that out, but you got to take a guess on it, and don't go off retail numbers because that's going to be too high. And you want to sell it at 80% of ARV minus repairs. So if you want more information on how I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you like these videos, please click like. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and put in comments below, share. These things help me out a lot. Comments help give me things to talk about because sometimes I can't think of something to talk about. So please keep the comments coming. This one is by request. We're going to do a series now on how to make offers. So again, the general rule on wholesaling, when I wholesale, when you're dealing with bigger numbers, is to buy it at 70% of ARV minus repairs and sell it at 80% of ARV minus repairs, which is why in general, I do over $30,000 in each wholesale deal here, because if you think about what 10% of the ARV is, it's probably $40,000, $50,000, and that's where you're making it, where you're making your money. So that is, I think that's it. Again, you got to know how to comp out properties to get the ARV. Estimating repairs is not a simple thing, but you want to buy it at 70% of approximately 70% of ARV minus repairs. I can't always buy it that cheap. You want to sell it at 80% of ARV minus repairs. I can't always get that much for it. So that's why I don't make $40,000 or $50,000 every deal, but I do make it on plenty of deals. I just average probably over 30 grand. So if you have any questions, feel free. My number is in the show notes. You can call me or you can left a comment and I'll respond to the comments as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching.